Today I'm going to cook up a batch of biochar, and this is my kiln. I got it started. Put a bunch of wood in just to get a good hot fire in there. There's a heat shield on the side and they're removable. Here's some of my brush that I'm going to burn. All different sizes. Big stuff, I might make firewood out of that, or smaller stuff will go in for biochar. And when you get the char cooked all the way to the top, I put a water valve on the bottom, and that water valve, you can fill it up from the bottom up, quenches all the char. In this particular kiln, I got it on a pivot, so I can pivot to the right side and shovel it out. Makes shoveling out a lot easier. The kiln is 4 foot wide on top, about 18 inches on the bottom, and 3 feet tall, 3 feet up the angle. I put some big stuff in, and it's going to take a while for them to get good and hot all the way through. I'm going to load some of that small stuff, and then when those pieces fall down into the bottom of the cone, then I'll add more. I rigged up my tripod here to hold my iPad. I got a little wind coming in from the southeast, blowing it back towards that box elder tree, which I don't care about. I'm gonna go get my tractor and start bringing up some more brush that I have staged. Last winter, power line company was trimming along the power lines. I went and grabbed a bunch of brush, piled it up, and it sat here all summer. Now it's dry, and I'll come in and scoop up some. You can get a pretty good sized grab of wood to bring over. I'm back at the kiln. I want to knock down some of these chunks. I got a crosshatch in the bottom, a grizzly. Now I'll throw some brush on top of there. The flame will come up from the bottom, it'll come up into the new wood on top, and all the wood on the bottom will go out. My good friend Randy showed up in the red truck. He's going to help me today. Not much smoke. My chain came off, I had to go fix it. But that pile of brush I threw on before burned down. I'm ready to add another pile. When you make char like this, you gotta have plenty of wood on hand because it eats it up fast. And that fire climbed right up to the top of that fresh wood, and all the oxygen is up at the top, and the stuff down in the bottom that fell below that grizzly is starting to go out, and the heat's moving up to the top. But I got to get Randy back over here because I got to cut the rest of this up or I'm going to run out of wood. I see a fire starting on the other side. I gotta go get the water hose and put that out. Holy cow, I need help. I had to go get the water because it was starting to, the grass was catching on fire down at the bottom. So I had to that pile of wood burned down fast. Holy cow, I need help. Holy cow, I need help. And I doubt if we'll have enough ash to make it to that hinge part of the hopper. It's going to take that load on the tractor and 2 more before I'm done. I got caught up for a little bit. I gotta go get another bundle. So I'm gonna shut her down for a while. This grapple really makes it nice for cutting off ends, and otherwise I don't know how you'd cut all that stuff up. Take forever. Well, we're about halfway through the burn, and I've paused it a few times, so it's probably been going over an hour. This might be enough wood to finish off the burn. And I got plenty more out there. This is my friend right here. She does all the work. Sophie, what do you think? going to smoke for a little while till that flame climbs up to the top. I put kind of a lot in. I'm going to let this burn down a little bit more. Then I'm going to throw that pinch I have in my tractor grapple. I would say I'm halfway done with this burn. It's getting close to adding again because we got kind of a low roll. Everything's hot, everything is ashed over. I'm going to add a chunk.
Of course, we're scooping it by manual labor before. Now you're cheating.
Boy, she's red down in there. Oh, baby. She's hot. I had you guys shut off for a while, but it's burned down now to it's ashed over pretty nice. Now it's time to put another pile in.
Okay, you coming?
My helper's leaving. He's got work to do. Later! I got another bundle ready to go. But the key to making good char is let all these volatiles burn off, and you got those red hot chunks that are 2-inch, maybe 2.5 on smaller, and they're red hot. When they go down, lower down with another batch of wood, then they bake and the volatiles are coming up. Those volatiles you see burning now, some of that's from the wood down below that's being baked, and the volatiles are coming off of the baked wood. And then when I add water to the bottom of this, from the bottom up, it quenches and shatters all the char, and you don't have to worry about crushing it. It's 1/2 inch or less. And if some pieces are big, so what? I realize, guys, that everybody doesn't have a tractor and all the equipment I have, but I'm 70 years old and I'm trying to do this by myself, and I just can't cut all those pieces of wood into little chunks to stage them and get ready for a burn.
Holy cow, that's
I
hot.
want to get this in my garden to lessen the amount of compost I need to add in later years. I'm going to stir it a little bit, then I'm going to add more. Starting to sprinkle a little. That was a pretty big load. It's getting pretty full now. The wood is up over the top, but that'll burn down. I would say 65% of the wood is burnt and you got 35, maybe 40% char left. These are what they call brown ends that weren't cooked all the way through. So I threw them off to the side. Now I'll recook them. It's a burning ring of fire. You could maybe say that I burned the char too long and I'm losing some wood. But after I quench it, everything is small. And I don't have to worry about trying to crush it, grind it, pulverize it, whatever people try to do, because it's cooked all the way through. And it's very brittle. Well, I just started the water on the bottom. You know, I could fit a couple more wheelbarrows full of brush in there, but I've had it. It's hot out today. But it's looking good. There's my water filling valve and the hose hook up. Well, those top pieces with the flames coming off, there's still brown wood in the center of those. The rest of this that's all white ash on top, that could be quenched. It's a slow process. I let it fill from the bottom up. I might lose a little char up top, but oh well. The water's finally up to the top, or close. When you make char, you want to make sure it's out, completely out, because any little hot spots, it'll burn it all up. There's the water. So the water's up to that level. So this is out. Now I shut the water off. I'll take the hose off and put it over by my apple trees and let it drain out overnight. And that nice, clean water. Because this char is activated charcoal. It takes all the nutrients out of the water, and if there was any contaminants, it would take that out too. It purifies water. It's a water purifier, activated charcoal. Okay, here we are the next morning. Water's all drained out. Here's some of those small twigs that charred up so nice. You just break nice. You just crush right in your hand. The small twigs didn't go away. These 5-gallon pails I'm going to put over by my leaf mulch. And when I put my leaves in the pile, I alternate 10 inches of leaves, a bucket of char, 10 inches of leaves, bucket of char. Kind of rake it in and water it. I got it all cleaned out. I'm going to put the grizzly back in. There's my little screen over the water inlet and outlet. Well, this is how much I got out of the cooker, plus those 8 buckets, 8 5-gallon buckets.